Ever felt like life is just happening to you and you have no control over it? I have as well. But then I discovered something that changed everything. Stoicism is something that has turned into a massive phenomenon. Stoicism is a philosophy. The overall theme is to help people live their best lives through peace of mind and managing your emotions. But why is it that this philosophy that's thousands of years old is still relevant today? It's really because these teachings are just as applicable today. They're easy to learn, easy to digest, and can put you on a path to living the rich and fulfilling life you want. So today, in this video, I'm going to give you the 7 practices of Stoicism that I have implemented in my own life. Rule number 1 is focus on what you can control, not what you cannot. So many times in life, it's easy to lose focus, especially when there's things that are just happening to us. If we flip the script and we focus on the aspect of control, everything gets better. Let me give you an example. In 2020, COVID came out of nowhere. And when this happened, the business, as I was growing it and flourishing, it came to an utter halt in a lot of ways. All growth stopped. Everything changed in a matter of days. I went through an exercise immediately where I put down on a piece of paper all the things that I can control right now in the business. This was so powerful to me because it allowed me to focus my energy on the things that actually made me successful, not the things that I could not control. I could not control that people couldn't go into the office. I could not control that flights had canceled and I had meetings scheduled. I could not control that growth would be slower, but it still could continue. I could control how I was thinking, and how I was thinking was strictly on solutions, on opportunities, on challenges that were presented in front of me that could become opportunities. And because that was the focus, it made it so much easier to get through that time. And that's why focusing on what you can control is really all you can do. Things out of your control are a quick way to find yourself frustrated, depressed, angry, lost. Nobody wants that. Rule number 2, responding, not reacting. How you respond to a situation is crucial. Viktor Frankl, in A Man's Search for Meaning, after spending years and years in the worst Nazi war camps that you could be in, he came to a conclusion that when everything was stripped away, the only thing he had control over was how he responded to a situation. That gap between the information coming at you and you deciding how you see it, how you feel it, was one of the major takeaways that he talks about in that great book. And it's so true. You have to respond in life. When we react, we are not thinking. We're taking all thinking out of the equation and we're just acting. And acting without thinking is dangerous. If we think back to some of our biggest failures or frustrations or parts of our personality we'd like to get better at, it usually revolves around how we react to a situation. Think about something in your family, something in a very close to home scenario where you react because it's how you feel. But if you just thought for a second first and controlled the information that came in, your response would be so much more potent. Respond versus react is something that we could talk about for days. But if you focus on responding, that will be something that will crucially help you into the future. And it's a simple Stoic practice. Rule number 3 is value time more than possessions and money and stuff. This is hard because most people that are seeking success are often seeking success for material gain. You want a bigger house, you want a pool, you want a better car. Okay, all of those things are fine. But if we don't value time, which is the most important thing you have, then you waste a lot of it. And if you find yourself wasting time to gain empty stuff, you will be unhappy. We all will be. I have been in the financial industry for many, many years, and I've watched the gap and the change in people that start to earn money and success, and they buy and stuff accumulates. And then they come to a conclusion miraculously at a certain level, and they say, man, this is all worthless. My kids are growing up and I've spent all my time at work. I've lost my best years of physical aptitude. I should have been playing more soccer soccer. I should have been playing basketball. I could have been doing these things if I only spent my time wisely. We always spend money and it goes away very quickly. Time is something we can't get back. Money you can earn more of. Rule number 4 is own the morning, own the day. Own the morning is start your day off with purpose. If you get up with purpose and you wake up, you immediately feel like you've owned the day. I'm gonna give you the other side of the picture. If you hit snooze over and over and over again, the day is already owning you. If you have a lazy morning, you don't feel productive. No matter how much you tell yourself you love that, nobody truly appreciates the success that they left behind in just a couple of things. Set the alarm, wake up to the alarm, get up out of bed, move, start doing the things that you want to do. Owning the morning for me is getting up, reading some scripture, having some time in meditation, having a cup of coffee with my family, working out, getting in the sauna, doing the cold plunge. By the time my day actually starts, I feel like I've already been successful. That's a great way to build confidence in your day versus other times in my life in my 20s where I did hit snooze a couple times, where I had a variance in when I woke up and when I went to bed, and these changes that you could easily adapt that change everything for you in your life. It's really important to own the day. And when you build your day that way, you have confidence, structure, discipline, and success all day long. Rule number 5 is treat failure and success exactly the same. Now, what do you mean? How can you say that? Well, they're universal, because at the end of the day, to have true success, you must fail. It's inevitable. If you're not trying new things, if you're not developing new products, new ideas, and you're not failing, you're not heading towards success. If all you do is stay in the comfort zone, success is not going to come. Failure and success are completely intertwined. They work together as partners. They together will help you achieve your goals. If we're afraid of failure, we will not succeed to the level that we were destined to actually succeed at. Your destiny is a date with failure, because when you fail, you will succeed. Rule number 6 is put people first. This is very important, because if you're valuing time and you're not focused on stuff, the thing you want to actually focus on is you want to put people and relationships first. I've had the honor of doing 4 eulogies for all 4 of my grandparents. And you know what I talked about the most in all 4 of those eulogies, with 4 different people, with 4 different humans, 4 different levels of success, 4 different levels of lives? The common theme was who they love, how they love. The who's in your life are a key component to any level of success and truly living a rich life. I use the air quotes there because rich doesn't mean money. It means fulfilled, happy, joy. It comes from the people you love. And if you put the who's in your life first, you will be happier, healthier, and probably wealthier too. Rule number 7 is you are going to die. And if you remember that you're going to die every single day, you will live a little bit better. There's a song by Tim McGraw called Live Like You Are Dying, and every single time I hear it, it makes me think about all the things I could do just a little bit differently. When we look at time as infinite, like often we do in our teenage years, in our 20s especially, we have all the time in the world to figure it out. You have all the time in the world to be here and do whatever. You can make all the mistakes you want. And in some ways, there's truth there, but you don't have time as infinite numbers. It's not an infinite number. You are not going to live forever. You are going to die. And when you start to actually think about the fact that you will die and time is finite, it's short. Each day is not promised or guaranteed. Each day is a blessing. If you look at it that way, you live like you're dying. And if you live like you're dying, you treat people differently. You love a little bit harder. You are somebody that has a little bit more kindness. There are so many different things that you would do if you thought you were going to die tomorrow. There's something that I love that Father Mike Schmitz talks about, and he calls it the eulogy virtues. And in life, you want to focus on those eulogy virtues, the things that you'll be remembered for. And it won't be the cars and the money and the stuff. It'll be the who's, the impact, the what you did, the why you lived and how you did it, that people really, really remember. If me saying that you're going to die is overwhelming, I get it. It is. It's actually a little scary. But if you want to actually understand a way to live the life you love, I've done a video on that, and you should watch that next, because it will give you the tools you need to live a life that you love.